Hey folks, welcome back to Together Both. I'm so excited you're here. I'm out in the truck again this time, but this time I have the windows rolled up so I know that it's going to be quiet.
Hey, Dad, you're recording a video again?
I am, but what are you doing in here? Get out of here, you silly. I can't record. I'm sorry. They just find a way to sneak in. What can I say? Hey, coming up, we're going to talk about the armor of God right after this. All right, so I'm in a better location now. I've gotten rid of the passenger, so let's get to it. So, in the junior church class, that's hard to say, in the junior church class that I teach, one of the characters in the video series is looking for the armor of God. Wow! What just happened? It feels like I shifted in time and space or something. It must have been an error in what I recorded somehow. I don't know. So, let's get back to the story. The armor that our traveler is looking for is described in Ephesians 6, verses 10 through 18. And the armor is the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shoes of the gospel of peace, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit. So the armor, the spiritual armor, consists of the truth belted firmly around us. That's the truth of Christ and his love for us. His righteousness applied to us, his gospel that we proclaim, the faith his Spirit inspires in us, the salvation that we receive, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the very word of God, which is written for us in the Bible. We can use these to defend ourselves or to confront the lies of Satan in the world. So with this armor, we can stand strong and be confident. Okay, it's time to shift in time and space again. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. The seeker in our video had found most of that armor, and he was proceeding where the shoes of the gospel of peace led him. Now along the way, they led him to a spot where an older man talked to him, and that older man gave him the helmet of salvation. So he clipped that helmet to the side, and he proceeded along where the shoes were leading him. Next off, he went to what looked to be a temple. So he went up to the gate for entrance, but the guard told him that only those that are properly dressed may enter. No, you can't come in. You have to be properly dressed. So he took that helmet of salvation, he unclipped it from the side, and he put the helmet of salvation on his head. And the guard looked in again, and he said, "You've spent time with the king." So the old man who gave him the helmet was indeed God. But he said, "You have spent time with the king." And I love that. That is just so awesome. You've spent time with the king. You see, when we are made in God's image. And the more time we spend with him, the more we take on his likeness. What an awesome thought that is. You've spent time with the king. In Genesis 1, verse 26, it says, God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." And then down in the next verse, 27, it said, "So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them." So we are physically made like God. But that alone doesn't make us like God. See, everyone on earth is made in God's image, but most of them we probably wouldn't call godly. And based on their actions, we wouldn't say, "Hey, you've spent time with the king." That's not what we'd say about a lot of the people. So what is it then that we do? How is it that people would say about us, "Hey, you know God. You've been in presence of the king"? Well, according to Galatians 5:22 through 23, the fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. So here's the million-dollar question for this week. Are you full of the goodness of God? Are you showing the traits of a Spirit-filled life? Will people say about you, "You've spent time with the king"? So we need to delve into his word. We need to spend time in prayer with him. We need to sing songs of praise and thanksgiving, because the more time we do spend with God and His Spirit, the more we become like Him. And the more people can tell that we have indeed spent time with the King. And that's what we want. We want to spend time with the King and be more like Him. May God richly bless you, and may He shine upon you. And thanks for watching Together Both.